This is the final Maximum Ride book, and yes, I did get highlights, thank you for noticing. Okay, so, yeah, let's talk about Nevermore by James Patterson. First of all, random, and doesn't really matter. The cover, I like it. Although on the bookshelf, it totally does not fit at all. So out of place from all of the other ones in the series. It looks like a completely different series, like the beginning of a new one. But I do like the cover. I like the whole mysterious Max and the beach in the background. The beach back there. The end isn't near. It's here. It's here. So if you haven't read the series, I recommend doing so. Here's a little recap. The first book, amazing. The second book, amazing. The third one, my personal favorite. The fourth one, weird, confusing, but okay. But kind of not. The fifth one, it's okay. The sixth one, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, what? The seventh one, it was good. Now, the eighth one, I'll do a little spoiler-free segment before I go and rant. It's a great series, it really is. The thing that keeps me reading is the characters. I've grown so attached to all of them and I always have to see what's gonna happen to them. The first 3 books were amazing and action-packed and fun. The whole series is fun, I guess. Max's character grows on us so much, along with everyone else in the flock. They make you laugh, they make you cry. Well, I only cried in the 8th one. They make you angry, which isn't always good, happy, and excited, and everything, which isn't always great, but still, way to put us through emotions, JP. The flock goes through so much throughout these 8 books, and we experience it all with them. The writing isn't always consistent, it's very frustrating at times, but if you try to overlook it like I have, it's not a bad series. And if I were you, I would give it a go. And if you don't know what it's about, basically, it's about these kids on the run, and they have wings, and they're genetically altered, and just look it up. If you haven't read the series, like, the whole series, go away. Let's discuss this, shall we? I've been waiting for this for a year since I finished Angel, and now I finished it, and it's... This sounds really bad, but one of the things that's always bugged me about James Patterson's young adult books is that he's never been one to kill off characters. I mean, I'm no psychopath, but you have to agree with me here. Sometimes, especially in really long series like this one, some characters aren't necessary, especially later on, and their death could be important to a growth of another character. Or maybe, for God's sake, moving on with the plot. Jeb should have died 3 or 4 books back. His character is not really necessary. Well, maybe a little bit in this book, but other than that, he's just been annoying and in the way. There's been plenty of times in the past few books where I was like, okay, he's gonna die now, right? Nope. It's just Chuck Testa. It sounds bad, but come on, right? His character lost meaning when the fugitives became the protectors. That's why I was so shocked when Maya died. I feel like James Patterson kinda made this up as he went. Well, crap. The flock needs to reunite so I can dodge the hate mail. Fang has this new group. When did I write this? Ari showed up, killed Maya. Fang gets upset for a few minutes, decides to leave his gang. Yes. Then the flock reunited as though nothing happened. Send. There is no creativity or reason for half the things that happened. It felt rushed and confusing for the most part. The plot lacked substance. I felt like I was being stalled and that everything was kinda just leading up to some big epic conclusion that I really did not believe in. It seemed like JP kinda took all of the problems, like Angel being gone, Fang being gone, tied them up with some random ass excuse. Angel's suddenly alive again and here's her exact location. Fang is suddenly on their side again. Yay! Insert random eraser / Ari battle. Wait a minute. Ari is suddenly alive again. Okay, this is good. Yes. Send. I mean, no offense, but we waited like 18 months for this. It got delayed 6 months. For what? You'd think maybe he could put some more work into it, or at least hire a co-writer to put work into it and then take credit for it like he does with everything else. I mean, the guy has good ideas, but seriously, he needs to plan out the things that he writes. People pay a lot of money for this. It's not supposed to be some barely thought out fan fiction material that contains things he pulled out of his brain at any given moment. Consistency would be nice. You know what would be interesting? If Angel was blind, but only for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, enough bashing. For now, I'll talk about the good stuff. Short chapters, I always love them. It is an exciting book. I was anticipating something the whole time. I was able to read it in a day. It's not that bad, okay? There's just some problems with it when you look back. I think it would have been a lot better with only one epilogue. I mean, yeah, that means that Max would die, but hey, she ends up with Fang, right? They end up away from Dylan. I will not kill any characters. I only bring them back to life. Isn't that right, Ari? It was a good ending until that second epilogue, and then I was just like, what happened there? Like, seriously, what happens in the end? I don't understand it all. Sure, I would have been sad that Max died, but I feel like Danger always has a way of finding her, and she'll never really be free. At the end, it says one heroine's story ends, but does it? Does it really? Or is more stuff happening and just... I don't even understand. It's really not that bad. I was just expecting more. I'm not satisfied with the end of this series that I have come to love. I know in 2 or 3 months when I forget all these details, I'm gonna look back and say that was a really good book with a really bad ending. It really is a good book. I just needed more, you know? So I don't usually do this because it's just confusing, but I'm going to give Nevermore the final maximum ride adventure by James Patterson 3.5 out of 5 stars. So obviously if you're watching this far, you either don't care about spoilers and I just sounded like an idiot to you because you don't know what I'm talking about, or you've read the series. If you've read the series, let me know what you thought about the end, and if you understood it more than me, please explain. Kinda reminded me of the end of the Death Cure, just like, okay. On Facebook, James Patterson has been talking about movie news coming up. My opinions on the movie, I think it would be so awkward to film. Honestly, think about it. Is this a good angle for my CGI wings? So I'm in the sky right now, should I just be like flying? Can I get some wind over here? Max, erasers! Down there. Handcuffs. Is that good? Yes. Alright. As for actors/actresses, I don't really have anyone in mind for the flock. The only actress that I really pictured while I was reading it was Idina Menzel. I pictured her as Dr. Martinez. You might know her as Elphaba from the original Wicked musical, or Maureen from Rent, or Rachel's mom on Glee. Yes, that is her. I think she would make a really good Dr. Martinez in the movie, if they make a movie, which I'm against, but whatever. I'm not satisfied with the end, but it was a good book. It just was not good for the last one. So, those are my thoughts on Nevermore by James Patterson. So, yeah, I will see you guys later, and goodbye.